All right, we're live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Sunday service. As always, there's a delay between the chat and the stream, but I'll try to answer all of your questions. We've got so many people going in. I want to say a big hello to Brazen, who's back. He hasn't been with us for a while. He's been pretty busy. But he's made a point of dropping in to the stream today. I've missed him loads. What's going on? God, so many people in here today. How is everyone doing? How's your weekends been? And do you have any questions to kickstart the show? I've been really excited for the stream today. Nothing crazy gonna happen. We'll jam some magic. Maybe we'll teach some things. Stu Batman, Sunny, we got Ion right on time. Hell yeah, dude. We got Sean in the building. Who else is in here? Alex, what's going on, dude? So good to see you all. Virtually, we've got Benicio. What's going on, man? Derry last year. What's going on, Derry? Ray, RK, Johan. How is everyone doing? How's your weekends going? I never know how to really start these things. Kendrick Oldenburg. What? Kendrick, I haven't spoken to you for Dr. Don. Kendrick, I haven't spoken to you for ages. How are you doing, Kendrick? For those of you that don't know, Kendrick was in... Kendrick's a good friend of mine, and he was in the Tempest trailer, and he's an amazing magician. And from I want to say, I can never remember the place, Michigan, I want to say, oh my gosh, already, we got out with so many people going. Sean has already started off the super chats. Hey Lloyd, long time no speak, let's kick off this service. Okay, wait, we got to start it right. Everyone drop some fire emojis for Sean, starting off the super chats way early this week. He's first one through the gates. And Marlon. $199 super chat from Marlon. Can everyone just this is 2 minutes in. Marlon, thank you so much too. Marlon says, let's get your goal done and double it. I may not stay super sick, man, but glad you're here. Okay, wow. That is crazy. Minnesota from Kendrick. I always say the wrong place. That's the craziest. Marlon, dude, thank you so much. And Sean as well. Kaylee is posting out your shipment tomorrow morning when the post office opens. And the same for everyone else. I think she's got 11 packages in total going out tomorrow. From everyone from last week for the super chats with the moonshine decks and the bits and pieces going out to everyone out there. And a special gift for Marlon for just being crazy with the super chats. But let me try and catch up on the chat. We got Dr. Don in the building. Glenn Fielding. How you doing, Glenn? B, Turge, Jake. What's going on, Jake? Francis, Kian, Henry Ferris. Henry's a creative little beast. Minnesota, Kendrick. I'm never going to remember that. Kathy Evans, Alex, Bo, Benicio. I swear Marlon is red. So Marlon is independently. Marlon right now is paying my my bills. So I think it's no longer praise the Lloyd. It's praise the Marlon from this point forth. Marlon, what's wrong? I hope you it's just a cold or like a 24-hour bug that you've got. I was just speaking to Sean on the phone. Everyone knows Sean, who sent in the email last week letting us know that this Sunday services have been helping while he's been going through some a bad patch. And so we had a call and a catch up, just check in on each other. And he's been run down with with a bit of a cold, I'll say. And so I don't know if it's just going around as a change in the air. William O'Connell, how you doing, William? Oh, William, how you doing, man? Stu says, you and Kaylee also have things on the way. What are you doing? Kian says, who's my favorite magic trick? Or what's my favorite? Is that a what's my favorite magic trick? Or who? I still can't get over this. We're not even 5 minutes in. I'm going to drop some fire emojis in for Sean and Marlon for getting the super chat started. What are we at? $206. Unbelievable. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Miko, how you doing, man? Manel Sa says, so what are these streams all about? Basically, Manel, this is a great sort of intro to the thing. These streams are all about just having a jam with all of you wherever you are in the world. They started because of the pandemic, and because I was like making myself like hide away from people, and I decided that I wanted to connect more and jam with people more. So I started doing these started calling them Sunday sessions, and they became Sunday services. I need to change the logo at the top here. And it's just a way to just once a week at least have some communication with other magicians and people in general around the world. And maybe we'll just jam some magic tricks, we'll learn some things and talk magic with real people. So if you have any magic related questions, then let's drop them in. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, William. King OK says, a few days ago, I cancelled my subscription from Penguin Magic Monthly so I can sub to yours and Christian Grace's membership. Subscribe to Christian's and it's awesome. Can't wait for you. Oh man, thank you so much. I've spent the whole weekend putting together my membership and I'm so excited to launch it for you all. But I'll talk more about that later on. But man, I think you guys are going to love it. But man, I struggle with a decent double lift. Can you help? Yeah, I can help. It depends what your skill level is, Bob. But one thing I'll say is with the double lift is don't be too heavy-handed, because I used to have this issue where I would turn over doubles. I mean, do you know when they play darts, they get something called the yips, which is after a few, when they're like professional darts players, get this weird psychological thing happen where they suddenly can't throw a dart. Well, I got that. They call it the yips. I got the yips with doubles up until recently, where every time I would turn over a double, I would split it like this at the bottom. And I've been doing double lifts for like 25 years of my life. And I would turn it over and I would split them. And I ended up having to like sort of reapproach how I would do double lifts. And what I found was that I was making too much contact with my fingers. Where I was getting so relaxed in how I would execute a double, I was literally like I was learning bad habits or teaching myself new bad habits. So what I was doing in the close-up was I'd have a break under 2 cards. And I was supposed to turn it over around this point of the card, right? About a third of the way up. But I was actually contacting it with the pad of my middle finger at the corner by accident as I was reaching under the deck, under the cards. So as I was turning, my thumb would create friction between this finger and it would end up splitting the card. And obviously it's the worst thing in the world, especially somebody who I should be better at double lift. So one thing I'll say is that get your break under 2 cards, whether you do a pushover break or a pinky break, and then try to be as delicate and and make as little contact with the cards as you can. So I had to like reteach myself to sort of do this, which is just literally pinching it with just my index finger and thumb, and then using the deck to keep the cards square as they turn over. And that would, even then I split it again, that would help me a little bit. I'm not the master. There's so many different double lifts out there. There's this one. There's one where you can do this. I think it's Bill Perkins' slop double, which is one of my favorite ones to do because there's no get ready. So a slop double, I think it's Bill Perkins that taught me this. You just push and it turns over. That's one I've been using a lot more. And then there's this one, which I can never remember the credits for. So I'm not going to teach it, obviously. But this is like my favorite way to do a double, which is like this. And that's a double. Let me angle this down. So here, that's a double. But yeah, maybe like, I don't know, I think that's have a look. There's so many, like I said, there's so many different ways of doing a double lift. You can just grab it by the corners. Like this is what I do to be surefire. When I think I'm going to mess up, I'll place my thumb in the corner. There's 2 cards, obviously with a break. I'll place my thumb on the corner here, my middle finger on the opposing corner, so the corner where there's no pips. And then I can just literally use my middle finger here to turn the card around. And that way you'll like never go wrong with. But it does look like you're doing a card move sort of thing, right? Oh, another super chat from Sean Jackson. All right, dude. Thank you, sir. We need to refresh the stream, the chat stream, the chat icon thing to see where we're at. But everyone drop some fire emojis for Sean in the window. And I need to catch up on the comments because I went on for doubles maybe too long then. So with decent. So Bob Anderson, did that help with your question? Regards from Madrid. Yo, I love Spain, Juan. Gregory Wilson does pen tricks and money tricks. Solid wallet effect. How does it run through? Using direction. Lol. Pen up. 90-day finance. Can you rephrase that question, please? I just can't quite understand it at the moment. John. Hi, Lloyd. I've been doing tricks for a while now. Can you show me a nice, easy trick I can do for nice weekend because I've got friends coming around? Thanks. Yeah, okay, cool. But first up, Bob Anderson has tipped super chat. Bob, you didn't have to do that, man. Thank you so much, dude. All right, another super chat. Drop some fire emojis in the chat there for Bob Anderson. As I think of a trick that's easy to teach for the weekend. But thank you so much for the super chat there, Bob. I really appreciate that. And I'll get back to the question from John, which is a nice, easy trick for the weekend. So, I mean, there's easy and there's very easy. One of my favorite things that I'd like to teach people is to write a prediction or have a prediction of a playing card somewhere, and then force it using the crosscut force. So let's say we're gonna force the 3 of hearts, which would be like maybe you put a duplicate 3 of hearts in your wallet, then you give the deck a shuffle. Have the spectator cut anywhere they want and mark the cut. And then you'd go to your wallet or wherever it is that you've written down the prediction on a piece of paper or something or on a chalkboard. And then you say, this is my prediction, we'll come back to it. That creates time misdirection for you to then lift up where they cut and show the force card and go from there. That's just like a super, super easy trick that you could do. I don't know if that's too easy. It depends on your skill level, John. Like, and what are your interests in magic? You know, one of my favorite tricks to do is, and I wonder if I've got. Let me go grab something. If I've got any dollar bills, or I need like a dollar bill, but the Paul Curry's thing. Actually, this is a really good trick. I was talking about this with Sean on the phone earlier. Let me take out some cards from the deck. So. Like this. So, I need to write something down real quick. Get rid of that, and this. Just setting the trick up. You guys. Actually, let me do this. I'm being distracted now trying to teach a fun trick. How many of you will have seen this too? Let's take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. Swap this one out. This one, okay. This is so stupid. How am I boring you by getting ready to show you a trick? If I am, let me know. Okay, so the trick looks like this. You grab. Obviously, I'm setting up. You wouldn't set up in front of them. But this is a really easy trick that like anyone can do. What you can do is open up your calculator on your phone and have people type in a bunch of numbers. So they've got like 5 numbers on the screen or 9 numbers on the screen, all right? We'll place that down. And then you have a pile of cards. And you say, what I want you to do is the spectator is going to mix them up. So to do that, they're either going to deal one or mix one. Okay, and they get to decide as many times as they want. So let's say they go deal, mix, mix, deal, mix, and they have to deal the last one. And they'll do it again so that it's another mess. You got, maybe they go deal, deal, Oh, that was mix, mix. Deal, deal, mix, deal. It's up to them. They can do whatever they want, right? And then you show the order of the random cards they've shuffled in, if I can show you on screen, is this. 5, 1, 8, 2, 4, 3, 7, 9, 9. And if you look at the calculator that they typed the random numbers in, it's kind of blurry. 5, 1, 8, 2, 4, 3, 7, 9, 9. And that trick's incredibly easy to do. Like, you could use a toxic force on the calculator, or you could use like an app, like one of the ones I created called Cypher. So the first part is, I don't bother with that, right? So I take the cards and I type, like you just see me set up in front of you, I typed in the order on the calculator. So in this case, 5, 1, 8, 2, 4, 3, 7, 9, 9. Then let me turn this portrait mode off. So I type the numbers in that match the same order as these into my calculator. Let's see if I can do it. Better spread. So that's the same order there. And what I did was I took a screenshot, as you all probably heard, and then opened up that screenshot in my photos. So that's actually my photos right there. So now you can go back to the calculator and begin. Have them tap in random numbers. So they got like 5 on screen. And because they're about to do something complicated in a moment, it doesn't matter about these numbers because they're not going to remember them, right? So I put this face down. And as I did, like I did with the performance then, I just swiped to my screenshot. Okay, so that's a screenshot. Because they're not going to remember those numbers. So literally, this is the calculator. They typed in like 9 numbers. And as I put it down, I just swiped to my screenshot. It doesn't matter. And then you're going to use this false shuffle, which is deal or mix. So they either deal or mix. Deal, deal, deal. Maybe they mix. They do it twice. But what's actually happening is nothing. They're not being shuffled at all. Because this is a Paul Curry thing. If I show you with like 5, 3, 4, 2, 6, and a 1. If I show this to you with different cards, like I'll put these in order. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is what's happening. They go, if they deal, it goes down. If they mix, it still stays in order. All right, so if they deal, deal, or if they mix, look, mix, mix, mix. It keeps the order. It's just very deceptive. It's very, very deceptive. And you do it twice, so it reverses the order and then it goes back. So face up, it goes, let's say they mix, mix, deal, deal, mix, and then they do it again. Deal, deal, mix, 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 deal. Still in that same order. Okay? And then all you need to do is lift up your phone and show that the numbers match exact. It's a ridiculously easy trick. Anyone can do it. I can see there's a comment there from Benicio that says, does that only work on iPhone? No. If you can take a screenshot on your phone, it works on any phone because all you're going to do is swipe to your, as you put the phone down, so you go from one calculator to your photo album. So as long as they can do this, blah, 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 whatever phone you're on, you just, as you're putting the phone down, just come out of it. And the thing that I realized over years and years and years is that people just do not care about the numbers because there's so much time misdirection placed there, they just won't remember them. And that's really the secret to it. What you can do, which some people will do, have you guys tried that thing online where you scramble the letters up in a word? But as long as you've got the first letter and the last letter, you can read the word. Well, you can do the same thing. You could say, if in this case, the last 2 numbers are 5 and 9, right? So what you can do is, if you have a calculator, you can say, I want you to type in some random numbers like 5 and carry on. Let them carry on like this. And then you bookend it by putting in, sorry, let me do that again. So you put in the last number and they'll see that 5 and the 9 either end and they just cannot fathom these numbers, especially when they're going to be following the instructions of shuffling the cards. And that's a really, really practical and powerful effect. That's incredibly easy to do. And if you are on iPhone, let me show you something pretty cool that you can do. So if you go into your settings and you find accessibility, and then there is touch, touch and back tap. Let me turn this down a bit. So if you go into your accessibility, let me come out of this, you can all see. So go into your settings, find accessibility here, then go to touch, and then go to the bottom, go to back tap. Back tap means when you tap your phone 2 or 3 times, so you've got double tap and triple tap, you can set it to do certain things. So if I change the double tap to app switcher and come out, watch what happens. When I double tap the back of my phone with my finger, it'll switch the 2 apps. So I'll come out there. So now look, let me show you this. Close some apps off. So now the 2 apps that I have open are the Photos app and the Calculator, right? If I go into the Calculator, when I double tap the back of my phone, it'll automatically switch, if I get it right, to a different app, see? And then I can just quickly choose the Photos. So it comes up and it switches. So what you can do, oh, Francisco, man, thank you so much for the super chat. Drop some fire emojis for Francisco in the chat there. I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much, man. What you can do is you have them on the calculator, type it in, blah, 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 blah. As you're talking about the cards, you can double tap your phone, which brings up the app switcher, and then you can just tap your photo as it goes down, and you're ready to go. And you'll be surprised at how easy that effect is to do, and just how powerful it is to perform it. Because from their point of view, think about this. So we know the method now. From their point of view, they typed in random numbers, and they took a bunch of cards, they shuffled them up, and they turned them over. And the numbers they typed match the exact order of the cards. But what's nice about this trick is that they don't realize that they're doing a false shuffle. They really believe they're mixing the cards. And they don't realize that you forced the numbers. So both methods cancel each other out, right? Because if they think, you forced the numbers, then they think, oh, well, I shuffled the cards. And if they don't believe they shuffled the cards, then they think the numbers weren't forced. So it meshes really well, and it gives you this really impossible effect of a spectator writes down their own numbers, they shuffle their own set of cards, and it matches. And what's even better is that you can do this with other things. So you can take, go to a coffee store or anywhere that has business cards, paper cards or bills. Take a stack of 10 $1 bills or 9 $1 bills, or a bunch of coffee loyalty cards, and on the face of each one, write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 9. Shuffle them in any order. Write that number down in your calculator. Screenshot that into your photos, and then say, look, there's a bunch of coffee cards with numbers on them. Or don't even tell them about the numbers. So like, there's a bunch of coffee cards here. This doesn't make any sense right now, but mix them up. So either deal it or mix it. Deal it or mix it. Deal it or mix it. Good. And do it again. Deal it or mix. Deal it or mix. Don't let me come near them. And turn them over. There's something on the front. There's a list. There's a random set of numbers. None of us could know. Do that, and then you can reveal it. And yeah, it's a super powerful thing. You could also do it with a serial number of a bill. That's why I was looking for a bill earlier. You could have them take the cards. You've put the serial number of the bill in the same order of the cards. So say the serial number was 540910, whatever. You put the cards 540910, whatever here. And then you can just have them mix or deal, mix or deal, mix or deal with these after they've typed numbers with a bill, and then everything will match. And it's really, 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 really easy. The card shuffling is self-working, and as long as you can swap an app, as long as you can do this, which I couldn't do, as long as you can do that, that's all you need to do. And you've got a super easy effect. So John, I know I rambled on a little bit then, but I hope that answered your question for you. Sorry guys if I did talk too much there. I apologize. So many. Oh my god, so many comments. Let me. 90-day finance. When did your bottle cap trick come out? I'm over phone stuff, to be honest. Lol. The bottle cap trick pro caps comes out on the 31st of October. Sean, where was your super chat? Oh, Francisco, thanks for the like. Let me find it. I couldn't see because I was reading the super chat on my OBS screen. If you was to recommend a couple of old forgotten books to read and learn from, what would they be? I would recommend anything from Theodore Anneman. Anneman has some great stuff in his books. I'd also recommend the work of Al Baker. He's very, very good. And if you're into like card sleights, then Larry Jennings is a great one. But the Paul Harris Art of Astonishment books are definitely some of my favorite books of all time. So the Art of Astonishment books, for me, are massive. What else is there that's really good? I like self-working card tricks, like Carl Full's self-working card working series is really good. And I like anything by John Bannon too, but they're not really old, but I do like anything by John Bannon. Let me... Ray Coleman says, what's the effect of pro caps? I can sort of briefly, because it's not released yet, I can't fully show it all, but... So, do you guys all remember this trick, right? It's an old kid's trick. It uses these brass things and they have shells inside and you put a coin on top. I don't know if I have a 10-pence piece. And then it looks like a stack of coins and then they vanish and you can do a bunch of things. Well, I remember how much this fooled me as a kid and how much I loved it, but I hated that it was like a magic prop because I wouldn't take magic-y prop things out with me to perform with my friends because I was super embarrassed of magic. And I just thought that this is such a good trick, but like, what even are these? And then it dawned on me that they're like bottle caps. So I made this out of bottle caps. So you get, they got recycle logos on like most bottle caps do these days. You get a red one and a blue one. And the bang ring, because this thing is called the bang ring. It helps you dislodge the shell. I made that out of the organically from the little ring that snaps when you snap open a bottle. So it made sense to have it. So you get a bang ring organically built into it too. So yeah, it's just called Pro Caps. And now it was really good. Craig Petty has got a 2-hour tutorial on there with live performances. He goes to Smoke and Mirrors Magic Bar, performs Pro Caps live, then teaches, I think it's 11 routines. And he has some amazing ideas with it. He does a matrix with 4 cards and 4 coins under the cards. And then eventually they end up under the 4 coins. There's a stack under a bottle cap. They vanish and they kick back, reset everywhere. He does a Torn Restored card with it, which is a torn transpo with it, sorry. Bunch of great routines. And he performs a bunch of them on real people, coins to hand and stuff. So, yeah. And Sean, was that answer to your question? All right, mate. Wow, there's so many comments. I'm going to try to catch... I'm scrolling up through the comments. And... Okay, I'm back at here. Going to see David Blaine's show later this month, says Arcade Magic in Vegas. Lloyd, will you be coming to the US to see it? Oh, I'm so jealous of that. It depends. I might make my way over to see it. It depends what dates the show is on, but it's a possibility that I'll be seeing it for sure. I'd probably say there's like a 70% chance of me going to see it. Has anyone been to see the David Blaine show yet in the chat? Are you coming out with any new tricks? Oh, that's from Marina Cole, yeah. I seen his show in London in 2019, I think it was. That was amazing. The way that he just did the most, and I say this in the loosest terms, he just did very direct, simple effects. And I don't mean simple just because, well, apart from stitching his mouth closed and things like that, but just it was all about him having the audience eat out of the palm of his hands. Like the way I thought about it was, Freddie Mercury can go, "Ew," and have a million people chanting with him. And if anyone was to try and break that down, like we try to break other magicians, or not we, but some magicians go, oh, well, he was just doing a double lift. If other people would be like, well, Freddie Mercury was just singing AO, and they were entertained. It was kind of like that. It's not just about what he did. It was like the presence he commanded, and it was captivating. I loved his show. So I hope it's something new. Tigger T, I'm a few minutes late and you're already at over 200 because of Marlon. Wow. Marlon and Sean and Francisco and Bob as well. Actually, they're all chipping in, but Marlon is a beast and got us going straight away. And welcome, Tigger T. Jake Keane says, I've been doing a double lift since I was 8. About 5 years ago, the exact same thing happened to me. And it was a boop retraining my brain. Such a weird feeling, losing something you're so used to. Yeah, I haven't seen any talk about magicians like losing the ability to do things that they've been doing for years. But the only correlation I have for it is darts, which is, I don't play darts. I'm not even interested in darts, but they have the yips. And that's the only thing I could find like psychologically that happens to other people. Miko says, what is the best way to pick those 2 cards? I can only use my thumb. Nico, if that means like the 2 cards for a double lift, like which we were talking about earlier, because I'm reading the chat from back to front. I used to do this for years. I would just pick up cards with my thumb and drop them onto my pinky. Like my pinky's in, like I'm not doing anything with my pinky when I'm doing that. I'm literally keeping it there. I'm not moving it at all. And I just pick up and I literally riffle down until I can see I had 2 cards. And I would drop them on top of my pinky. So that's what you can do if you struggle, if you can't use other fingers. And then there's Sean's question. Raycom, I got Maxim and it's awesome. Wondering when your next trick is and when it's coming out. Oh, cool. So the next trick is going to be Pro Caps. And then actually the following day I'm releasing my membership, which is going to be packed full of new content. So my membership will be a Patreon membership. And you can go and sign up to that. And there'll be, I think, at least 5 brand new exclusive tricks never taught before, and this is my best material. What are your favorite impromptu casual tricks to do at a restaurant? Says King OK. So one thing I love doing, and I've spoken about this on the stream a few times, is that if anyone knows Angle Z or Angle Zero, I love doing that with someone's coaster, like a coffee coaster or a beer coaster, or even a napkin if it's on the table. But I do it with their napkin and I place their drink over it. So if somebody gets up and goes to the toilet, let me just turn this on like this and I'll grab an old card. So for example, say this is this shiny red holographic bicycle card. Anyway, I'll move these. If this is my friend's drink and it's like this on the table, when they get up and go to the toilet, I'll quickly take a corner and place their drink back on top, hide in the corner, right? So if you can see it from the side, like that. And then I'll load this somewhere, like maybe I'll just load it under their phone or somewhere else impossible. The more impossible, the better, right? And then whenever they come back, you'll find they'll drink and they can't see the corner because they're looking and they block themselves. So as they're drinking, they can't see the missing corner. And I don't, as they talk, I try to like engage conversation with them. So the more impossible that is for them is that the longer you can leave it. So if they're sitting here drinking, they're not noticing the corner, great. And again, it's not a playing card, it's like a coffee coaster or a beer mat. Then I said, do you want to see something? Let me show you something cool. From their point of view, so if you're the person looking at me, so literally you're seeing like their point of view, and the car and the coaster's like this, so in the middle, I lift up their drink and place my hand to cover the corner. So I go, I'm going to take so I'm just covering it. Now I'm on the home straight. I can say, watch, I want to show you something pretty cool. Watch if I take the corner from your beer coaster and then I can make it vanish and then it'll reappear anywhere I wish, in this case, down under my phone or under their phone or in their bag if they've left their bag when they go to the toilet or anything. And again, it's much more like there's no need to use a playing card for that. Use like their beer coaster. So that is really powerful. And if you think about, again, try to think about it from their point of view. You just lift their beer coaster. They believe you've torn it. You make it vanish. And then the piece ends up somewhere which you've gone nowhere near. Super, super impossible. So subscription from Droid Jaw. Yo, thanks for subscribing, dude. Benicio Rankin says, Lloyd, favorite card. My favorite card is the Six of Spades. Tattooed on my finger there. My card from the 52. I used to rush my doubles while practicing, and that would teach my brain bad habits. Yeah, same. 90-day finance. I've never worked with loops or thread. I've done the smallest amount of thread work you could ever imagine, but never loops. Never loops. Like, I've played with them, then broke them. What Stu Batman says, what do I think is the most overrated trick? I think it's the collector's routine. I think collectors, if anyone doesn't know that, the collector's routine is... Actually, no, I'll tell you the most overrated trick. 4-ace productions in general. I hate 4-ace productions for effects. I think it sort of destroys the feeling of real magic producing the 4-aces. And I know it's like subjective, and I'll probably get hate from the comments, but I hate 4-ace productions in every sense of the word. And any tricks really that uses 4-aces, I think they're so overrated, because you're supposed to be doing magical things, right? So think about this from a spectator's point of view. I'll get the 4-aces out if I can. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even know any 4-ace productions, but 4-aces. You do something incredible, like a layman's never seen this, where they have a card with this signature on it. It gets placed with nothing happening into the center, and it comes to the top. We so overestimate how powerful that is, right? And that happens, and a spectator sees a trick like that, and they're just blown away. Thanks for subscribing, Aldane Iradi. Thanks for subscribing, dude. They see something like that, their card comes to the top, and they're just... a lot of magicians just don't let that moment sink in of how incredible it is. And then maybe you do an amazing sandwich effect where they visually see, let's say, like, there's the card, it goes into the center, and you have 2 jacks. You've got the black and white one, and you have the colored one. You say, watch the 9 of clubs. It's about halfway down, comes to the top, shoots visually between the 2 jacks. They see that, and suddenly they're like, ah, that's amazing. Their minds blow because they're seeing magic happen in front of their face. And then the magician makes the 4-aces appear like, I don't know. I think I learned a Dan and Dave one years ago, like this. I was like, God. Ta-da! And all that hard work that you've put into making magic look amazing, like they see the card rise to the top, maybe all the colors separate in the deck, they turn face up, face down, and then you show them you've got incredible sleight of hand, and they just attribute everything you've done to sleight of hand. It does my head in. And even in the case of like Chad Long shuffleboard lesson, I always forget it. That is one of the best tricks ever, as long as you don't use aces. If you do that effect, and because for anyone that doesn't know, the spectator basically shuffles the deck themselves, deals 4 piles, and they turn it over, and you can have any 4 cards you want appear. That, and it's literally in their hands, and it feels so impossible. But if you're going to do that, the four cards should be literally 4 random cards like that you appear. And then you should have the 4 matching ones, like a 10 of hearts, 5 of clubs, 10 of clubs, and a king of hearts on your pile. Or the exact duplicates of red cards in an envelope way away off the stage or somewhere else. That is impossible, because then you're not showing skill or control of the cards. Like, oh, I've managed to make you control the 4 aces. You're dismissing all of that, and you're like, oh, this is the random result. And it changes it from skill to magic, I think. So yeah, the tricks that I hate the most are 4-ace tricks. Or anyone that tries to do magic and then gamble and stuff, or mix it together. I just think it's awful, personally. And don't get me wrong, I love gambling type magic. I love gambling type magic, but I don't like it mixed together. So does that answer your question, Stu? RK says, recently picked up Orphic Plus wallet and I love it. Besides the TNR routine you taught for the channel, do you have any other go-to effects using the Orphic? I don't have any go-to effects with it, but Craig uses it a lot and he has a bunch. Acans do. Oh, thanks for saying I'm never boring, Gillian. Brazen, what was seriously dire? What did I miss? Can someone help Dave send a super chat, please? He said, help. Caban Booth made a video with a similar method for a stopwatch force. That's cool. Yeah, I don't think I'm the first person to switch in between the photo album and stuff. It's just a very basic method. William O'Connell, of course, William says, double tap the multitasking button will switch to the most recent app on Android. Thank you very much for that. Turn back touch the back. Oh yeah, remind me to turn back tap off on my phone as well, everyone. Graham Hickman, hey Lloyd, a few months ago I watched and saw you showing your lottery app. Been waiting for the release. When, mate, are you releasing? That lottery app is called Chronos by Sarjanan. And that is coming out. Well, we're working. Actually, Sean is one of the beta testers for it. I think Brazen, you're one of the beta testers too, right? The guys have been prototyping it, testing it. And actually, Sean's got some amazing ideas for routines with the app. But we're just working on getting the trailer filmed at the moment and edited. And I think once the trailer's done, then we're pretty good to go. Double time swing. Oh yeah, fancy trick. What's your favorite 4-ace trick? I don't like 4-ace trick. Sure. Oh, actually, I like 4 card. There's a 4-ace trick I like because it's more magic. I can show this kind of a visual thing. Any new mentalism app come in? Yeah, there's quite a few mentalism apps coming out, but I can't divulge what they are right now. Oh my god, there's so many. I can't keep up with the chats. There's so many. Okay, I'm trying. Hey, let's go. When and where can we buy it? Decks will be coming out just after Christmas, I think, and you'll be able to buy it from any good Magic store worldwide. Absolutely love Maxim. Do you want to get back into physical stuff? You ever get burnt out on certain props type magic? Yeah, man, I definitely I got burnt out on visual magic for a while. I was doing visual magic so much softer, and I was falling in love with mentalism and app magic so much that I got a little bit burnt out on it. But running the channel, running the YouTube channel has really given me like a love back for visual magic that I not lost, but I just got burnt out because I think for like after like I'd gone as far as I could have gone at one point with visual magic, but now I'm finding out this thing that I'm creating that I never, just because of the Tutorial Tuesdays. I'm creating stuff for Tutorial Tuesday that's like forcing me to push the boundaries of what I thought I could do. And that's hard. Tutorial Tuesdays are hard to keep up. How long has Pro Caps been in the making? Asks Alex Bow. So I had the idea for Pro Caps a couple of years ago, and I want to say. So if you guys know the Vanishing AirPods that on sale at Illusionist, I created those Vanishing AirPods, and Illusionist produced them after I left the company, and I think that's why they produced them wrong, and they're not good enough. But around the same time as I came up with the Vanishing AirPods idea was around the same time I came up with the bottle cap stuff, because I was thinking very much along the lines of classic magic props that can be updated. Any version without the logo on the top of the cap? No, but you can just, if you want, you can just scrub the logo off because it's only like loosely printed, not loosely, it's only printed on there. But if you look at most modern day bottle caps, they have some form of recycling logo on there. And the more ordinary look it looks, the better. So it was intentional to keep that logo on there for me. What's going to be the cost? I don't know, but I don't think it's. I think maybe like $30 for Pro Caps. I want to say around that ballpark area. I think it's not a bank breaker by any stretch of the imagination. Dave, Christmas. Can I get an early copy of Pro Caps? Flamma the Phoenix. Hello. Hello back to you. We have another subscription in from Blue Kosh. What's up? Thanks for subscribing, dude. Hey, will Pro Caps have a Euro version? Currently, no, David Peace. The any coins that are similar in size to US quarters and UK 10 pences will fit, but nothing around those sizes. What's cool about Pro Caps that we worked for ages to make it one size fits all for UK 10 pences and US quarters. And so then you can actually use it universally in that context for those coins. And any other coins that match those you can use as well. So I think maybe like, I'm not 100% sure what the other coins around the world are. Okay, I learned Crush after your recommendation last Sunday, and the gimmick version is really cool. Yeah, the gimmick version is cool. I think the impromptu version of Crush, or not the impromptu, the gimmickless version is better. That's why I love it. Hey Lloyd, what's happened with the decks from last week? Kaylee, Sister K, is shipping them tomorrow. I think she has 11 parcels to ship for the post office tomorrow. So keep an eye on the post. And Tigger T, while you're watching, somebody tried to impersonate you in my emails. So I got an email from somebody pretending to be you. And the only reason I knew it wasn't you was because of a certain piece of information they put in their email that pertained... Well, actually, as long as it's not you, there's two bits of information they put in their email which told me it wasn't you. And then your actual email from yourself came in. So I know that it was the real you. But somebody watched the live stream and tried to get your deck sent to them, pretending to be you. So I was looking out for you there. Good morning, Fiddling Johnny. Thanks for joining the chat. I'm so sorry if there's a delay because I'm trying to catch up. Good morning, Reverend Barnes. Hope you're having a great day and it's nice to be here in the pew. Thank you for taking a seat in the pew. I hope it's nice and warm wherever you are. Happy Sunday, Mike. Yes, there's some new mentalism apps coming. Expo, I can't afford to go to Llandudno, Wales, let alone Las Vegas. Thanks, Stu. I hope Blaine comes to the UK. Graham Lloyd a few months ago watched your channel. The lottery app. So yeah, that's coming soon. You know, what's your favourite 4-ace trick? I don't have a favourite 4-ace trick. I can show you a trick with 4 cards. I usually use jacks. I'll use jacks because that's the way I do it. And I think most of you guys will have seen this trick, but we'll do it anyway. Maybe you haven't, but we'll use 4 jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jacks. So yeah, you can do this. You can do this trick with any 4 cards that you want, but I'm using the jacks because I call the trick Jackass. So we have the Jack of Spades, the Jack of Diamonds, the Jack of Hearts, and the Jack of Clubs. The 4 jacks. Watch carefully as the Jack of Clubs vanishes, leaving literally just 3 jacks. So that's the Jack of Spades, the Jack of Diamonds, and the Jack of Hearts. I know that was a little bit quick, so watch again. We'll make the next one vanish. Leaving us with the hearts and the spades. This time I'll try and do it one-handed. So it looks like this. And then the final jack is the hardest, so it goes just like that. So you can do that trick with any 4 cards. Let me know. I've taught this before, so if you do want to learn it, let me know in the chat. But I think you guys have seen it before, so let me know. But I don't know. Get the likes up to 60 if you want to learn it, because then I know that it's that you're talking about, because the chat is way off sync. Bicycle will have a full holodeck coming out. Hey Lloyd, just received Lux this weekend. Oh, wicked. No ID with the prop. The invisible deck idea with the prop is brilliant. Oh man, thank you so much. I'm so glad you enjoy it, man. When or where can we buy decks? That'll be after Christmas, and it'll be from any magic shop in the world. Any good magic shop in the world. Favorite tattoo I have, asks King OK. I really like, I don't know, favorite. I like all my tattoos. I really like this one on my arm here. It's my grandfather's date of birth. And I got this done in San Francisco with Daniel Madison. And it was symbolic because it's my grandfather's date of birth. And he got me into magic. He was in a traveling fairground and circus for 20 years of his life. And I was traveling the world because of magic. It was magic that had taken me to San Francisco. I think it was the first trip abroad because of magic that I'd taken. And it was, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been there. So me and Madison went to this random tattoo parlor in San Fran, and I got that tattoo. So it was really symbolic in many different ways for me. So that's one of my favorite ones, I think. And my first ever tattoo, I think my first one was this one, the Six of Spades. Sean, has Sister K spent the last couple of weeks super chats yet? Not yet, but Christmas is coming, so Thomas is going to get lots of presents. Jake Keane, someone asked a question about the Fortress earlier. That was me. Thomas, I'm sorry, double time swing. Miko says, currently learning how to palm a card or multiple cards. The best way so far is just slide the top card and it goes to palm. Oh, yo, we got a super chat in from the Magician's Creed. Drop some fire emojis for the Magician's Creed. Thank you so much, guys. Let me refresh this chat bar, this goal bar. Thank you so much, the Magician's Creed. Do you have a question to go with that? Do you want to answer it? I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And go back to Miko's question about palming, because my hands are smaller than a card. But I find that, where's the question? I'm looking at the chat here. You don't, if it's like a classic palm you're learning, you don't have to just learn a classic palm. There's other palms that you can learn that don't require being in small hands. So you got things like a tenkai palm, which is just using the thumb to hold the card, and any size hands, as long as you can just get a purchase on that card, is here. And it's incredibly easy, and there's so much good stuff you can do with a tenkai palm, like color changes like this, or even, let me show you another one. So let's say we use the 3 of clubs. You can see the 3 there. Watch that 3 as it becomes a 2. So the tenkai palm is a brilliant palm, and like I said, it's just this. And the tip with it, I think it's from Vernon, is that you always keep the card flat, like parallel with the floor. So don't tilt your hand or anything. Keep the card flat, and it'll always be in good stead. So from here, you can just vanish cards. So that's the tenkai palm. You also got the lateral palm, which allows you to have your thumb free, but the card is held like that. And again, you don't need big hands to do it. So you can do vanishes or color changes like this. And again, look at that thumb. So it makes your hand look very open, but the reality is, and it's just held like this really. It's hard to show, but it's just held between this inner knuckle of my ring finger and kind of like the tip of my middle finger, or sometimes you can clip it between these 2 fingers on the corner. Like that, so it sits there, but it allows you to do some incredible moves. And if you want to get into it, what you can do is get a break under the card here, and you push down with your thumb and allow it to pop up at the front, right? So you can do that, and that'll just allow you to just literally grip the card at the front edge. Okay, so for example, let's say you want to palm off the 9 of diamonds. You can do this, palm it into this lateral palm. So you got that. And then of course you've got Gambler's Cop. Again, you don't need big hands for this because the card is going to sit here. And the trick with Gambler's Cop is most people do this with their thumb or this with their thumb. And the idea is you have to have both your thumbs relaxed. I know a lot of people do that with their thumb, or they're tempted to hold the card, and some people do this. Just remove that thumb, and it'll be hidden away. But yeah, I learned this palm, the Gambler's Cop, and Tenkai, because my hands are so small. If you look, the card actually sticks out past my little finger. And what's nice is you can go from Tenkai to Gambler's Cop. So if you were to make a card vanish by throwing it, you can show it all around and have it go there. So there's a couple of palms, Miko, that you can use that are very easy, and you don't even have to have big enough hands. I don't even know if that was a question, but I went off on a palming spree. Okay, where's the chat going? That 8% user now. No, it still blows up. I like how Jason Ladanier or Richard Turner do 4X productions. I like how Richard Turner does 4X productions. I've been to Richard Turner's house in Austin, Texas, and interviewed him on camera. He's a phenomenal guy, but he doesn't mix magic with gambling stuff, which is great because it's perfect. I like gambling demonstrations. I like magic. Don't mix them, because your magic will cancel out your gambling, and the gambling will cancel out the magic even. So so that's where my thinking is. But yeah, I've seen Richard Turner in the flesh, in his home, in his living room, doing 4A stuff, and it's just next level. Like, it's the best in the world. Lloyd, can you throw up playing cards? I can't. Do you mean when people go, or whatever? Is that? I've never done it. No, not for me. Not in the era of COVID. I can't do that. I did a poker trick for a co-worker recently. You pick, I win style, and did a 4 introduction as a kicker, letting her cut to the last ace. That had her checking the deck for trapdoors. That's great. Jake says, my favorite 4 ace trick is what you said, but do it after asking a question where the answer they give is likely to be love. The 4 aces spell love upside down. Yes. The 4 cards you use spell love. Jake, that is exactly the right way to do a 4 ace style production effect. And literally, I was looking at the love cards the other day, and I wrote down in my notes all the different words that you can spell with 4 or 5 cards that are inverted, and that was just me being obsessive with things and finding out how many words I could spell with cards held upside down. Just going off on a tangent. I can just see now Miko said currently learn how to palm a card while doing a riffle shuffle. I completely misread that, dude, so ignore me. Completely ignore me. I don't know if I can do that. There's an old method for it, isn't there, where you, as you come over to bridge the cards, you like palm one, or 10. You palm one card off as you, but I'm just going to ruin my cards. I bet you could probably do it easier with a Gambler's Cop, like this. A card and cop. Oh, that's hard. Nope. It's going to destroy my deck right there. I can see Novella in the chat. Ben, I need to catch up with you, dude. I got your text, but I've just been so manically busy that I will get back to you. But Novella, go and... my friend is a gamer, and he's a very, very good gamer. And if you guys like Apex Legends, then go and check out his channel. Novella, he's in the chat right now. Please go and subscribe to him. He's fantastic. And he just got monetized on YouTube as well, so couldn't help. Couldn't harm to help. Hurt. I can't think. Brazen says, I know you like to do magic that's really in the moment and at times with the elements around you. Can you remember your first time doing it? Yeah, I actually can remember the first time doing it. I was at a house party, and at the time I was really embarrassed that I could do magic. But one of my friends was there, a good friend was there, and said, "Can I do stuff?" And I think I did like a SpongeBob routine or SpongeBob type thing where I took 2 napkins, took 2 pieces of tissue, and put it in the person's hand, and then I made it like vanish and both pieces appear in their hand. And I was like, it was like a little spark went off. Oh, that was cool. I didn't use any props, and I must have been 15, 16 or something. I have Alex has his Magic Circle audition tomorrow. Good luck, Alex, mate. Have you practiced and got your routine down? Like, what have you got any special pieces in that routine? Stefania Felice says, what will the price of decks be? It won't be expensive. I think it's going to come in under $50. Will there be new updates for Cognito iPhone 14 Pro? The dynamic island gets in the way of the date on the Photos app. Oh, that will be fixed and updated. Good point. Yes, there will be an update for that. Thanks for pointing that out. Well, Alex, cheers, double time. I throw it out whenever someone mentions love in an answer. That's great. That's so good. What's the last marked trick that wasn't yours? What the marketed trick that wasn't mine that excited me? There's a trick coming out by Craig Petty. It's not out yet, but I don't have a personal copy. Yeah, I can see Tigger T. I can see your name. I'll tell you, Tigger T, how I know it was you. But marketed trick. There's a trick coming out by Craig Petty that's not mine, and it's so good. I can't tell you any details on it, but I don't even have a copy for myself, and I'm actually desperate to get hold of one. So that's the trick coming up that I'm most excited about because I haven't got it myself yet. Graham Hickman, Lloyd, what am I called? What about it's a trick by Saad Janan, and the app is called Chronos. Dave, I still need to do that half marathon. Oh, you've had a big breakfast. Yeah, I did a half marathon this morning, guys. I got up at 6:15 a.m. and went out for a run, and it turned into a half marathon, 21.1 kilometers. So Tigger T, yes, how I knew your email was from you was first of all, the person impersonating you said their name was Tigger Tommy, and you said months and months and months ago that you're a girl. So this person saying they were a guy, first of all, I knew it wasn't you. But also, you always super chat in Mexican currency. And this person was in America. So I thought that's strange. And then your email came in saying your name and that you lived where you do. And I was like, well, and that you are a girl. So I was like, obviously you're the one email from you was the real one, and the person impersonating you was fake. So yeah, really sneaky behavior for them to do that. But I as soon as I seen that person's email, I was like, that's super strange because I didn't think any of these details matched who you were. Yeah, Alex, I got all your emails. DS, I didn't get your email. If you could email me, admin@lloydbarnes.co.uk, then I'll get yours sorted out. Making Waves says, hi Lloyd, what's your all-time favourite deck of cards? My all-time favourite deck of cards is David Blaine's Split Spades Lions edition in black and white. I think I have them. Do I have them here? They're somewhere around there. I only have one deck of first edition. Here we go. This is my favorite deck of all time. I don't know how he did it, but there's some magic in the way that these feel and look. Yeah, Split Spades, Lions Edition. Oof. Shall I try some Flourishing? Nope. Oh, it's the worst. Why am I flourishing? Let's do some magic instead. Oh, drop some fire in the chat for Alex Bow. Alex, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. Drop some fire emojis for Alex right there, everyone. Woo. What was that? Did you have a question, Alex? I'm telling my journey through magic. From tricks my granddad showed me, the cheesy tricks I did for mates in the pub up to now, but I'm doing one trick I've made myself. Oh, Alex, I'd love one day to see the trick that you've made yourself. If you ever felt comfortable sharing it on video with the group, then I would play it to everyone on the Sunday service or in the membership when we open up the Discord. By the way, the Discord is up and running. It's just when the membership launches is when you can all get access to it. But it's going to be so good to hang out with you all and chat live in video calls with you and just jam. through the membership. But yeah, making waves. I hope that answers your question about my favorite deck. Best magic. What is your favorite visual trick? Ironically, I've spoken about this a few times on here, but my favorite visual trick, at least that I've created, is my coin in bottle. I have an impromptu coin in bottle, no slits, no holes, everything borrowed. You take a coin and you slowly and visually melt it into the bottle and hand it out. And I created it when I was 16, and I've never ever explained it before. And it's the first thing that you can learn in the membership that is going live on the 1st of November. It's the very first time that I taught it. And what I'm doing differently with the membership is that, like, on YouTube, people try and shorten down videos, but I'm trying to give as much content and information as I can. So I actually tell the full story of that coin and bottle and the doors it opened up for me. But there's also another trick that I like as well. I have one thing coming up. It's another thing in the membership. I'll let you all discover that when the membership launches. But I have this slow motion card. So you guys know the trick where you take a bill and you melt it through a card. So I have my own version of that. But mine happens like in ultra slow motion, and it looks like it's CGI editing, but it's not. And that's I'll show it to you right now on screen. I think a lot of you might have seen this before. A lot of you probably know of me because of this video. It's not, well, it's a, and the best thing is it's a really real world, like you can perform it in the real world, like no problem. And this is it. All you got to do is place the playing card in the bill like this, and this is the easy part. Watch. Okay, pierce in a small slice into the card, but this is where it gets really weird. Don't take your eyes off both. No slits, no holes. So I love the visual of that trick a lot. And you guys are familiar with my ghost system, and it's similar to like that sort of thing. I feel like you've probably done this on me before. There's novella. My favorite 4-card trick isn't actually. Oh my god, my chat just jumped a mile. So many chats today. What is going on? Stefania wants to learn the 4-jack trick. Okay, and so does Turjay. And then Caleb asks, what's my personal EDC? Okay, so I'll show you the 4-jacks trick. I'll run through it quick because I feel like some of you have seen it before. But basically, take out any 4 cards that you want. So I'll use the 4-jacks. So also, I'll tell you about this. I made this trick in sort of like a protest to flourishy style magic. Dan and Dave did a great handling of Bill Goodwin's a variation of Bill Goodwin's trick called the Queens. The Queens by Bill Goodwin is 4 cards, one by one, vanish from the deck visually. Then Dan and Dave do a version that went super popular where I can kind of do their version, right? But not very well. But you take the 4 cards, you do this. The first one goes, that's 3. Then the second one vanishes like this, that's 2. The third one goes, and then the last one goes, right? And then you bring them all back with actually, ironically, that 4-ace production from earlier. And the problem with that is that although it's like eye candy, the cards are constantly turning over and flicking between your fingers, and any layman that watches that is just like, yeah, you've got a really good sleight of hand. It doesn't look like magic, which is the biggest issue, because Why bother doing it if they're just going to think it's not magic? So I came up with this, and I wanted to basically just show 4 jacks and 1, 2, 3, 4, they'd vanish. And this is why this exists, is because of that. And it ties in with the 4A stuff. So 4 cards, and they don't know what they are before you begin. And what I do is I top change this bottom one before I start, like I did earlier. So now I have this setup. All right. And then you turn over 1, 2, 3, and 4. But what I've actually done is I've secretly loaded an X card under here because I'm turning over 1 and I'm conditioning you all the time. 1, welcome, thanks for the subscription, K Brown for you and Jason. But I turn over 1, I turn over 2. The third one, I push over the extra X card and get a pinky break as I turn it. So now I can pick up these 2 cards as 1. See, it's 2 cards. But it sets me in this position. Now, underneath the spread, I can riffle off that card. And when I go 1, 2, 3, I can square that up and it vanishes. So at speed, all of that looks like this. Get rid of that bottom card. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now all I have to do is flick and it vanishes, right? And I just think that was so much better. If you remember with the queens, the first phase happens like that, which is way too flourishy. So I'm in this position, I've got 3 cards left. Now I basically do a sandwich load, but in this of this X card as I count 3, but I'm in this position secretly, okay? So I'll just show you that quick. And all I do is get a pinky break. I count off the top card, get the double, and then I cover the clubs with the spade as I steal out that double. Like that. And now I can do this cool, as I again riffle this off. This is called the Scarlet utility, by the way. As I riffle that card off and keep the front edge flat to stop it from splitting at the front. See how I push down? Now I can just wave and it looks like it vanishes. That's down to 2. As opposed to the other phase of the queens, that second card vanishes like this. You place these here and then you do this twirly thing, which is just the most least magic-y thing I've ever seen. So again, we're in this position, this card's vanished. That leaves me with 2 cards. And now I do another sandwich load. So I get a pinky break as I count. Like that. And now I have an X card here. As I shake, I just square this X card in. Alright. So I shake and square the X card in. And leaving 1 card, and you can just make this vanish however you want. Like I use a Cardini change, which is like this. But you can do like a one hand with the angle. Top palm, whatever you want. One way that I did it on my channel recently was I placed a card in my pocket before I begin, right? So then I did the routine like so. I think you guys will dig this, but I go, watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. If I flick, 1 vanishes. That was too quick to notice. So watch, I just got 1, 2, 3. Don't take your eyes off the cards. No moves. Dropped it. No moves, and the second card goes. Watch, that leaves us with 2 cards. And watch what I do with the 2 cards. I say, watch, that leaves us with 2 cards, right? I'll do this one one-handed. I'll place my hand in my pocket like this. So now I just have 1 card left. Watch the last card as it goes. So what I'm doing is I'm stealing this card from my pocket, but it's great motivation because I'm going to do this vanish one-handed. So when I'm down to 2 cards, I say, watch, I'll do this one one-handed. I'll even place my hand in my pocket and I secretly steal this card. So now I go here, I come up, I angle this card like that so it doesn't even need to be fully palmed. I can square this on the deck and then I can do this really visual vanish where it disappears. And that's the 4 jack trick. Sorry if I rambled a bit there. I was trying to be as fast as I could with it. Personal EDC. I carry Lux with me everywhere because it's on my keys. I carry a ring so I can do like Garrett Thomas's ring thing routine where you go like this. It jumps from finger to finger. And then the last time I'm going to go from this one to this one. I don't know. So I do that. I keep rubber bands on me all the time. And then I have apps on my phone and tattoo reveals. So like that, really my EDC is like this. And I borrow a lot of things. I do a lot of borrow object stuff. Bro, I love Daniel Madison. Have his cards on me right now. Yeah, I love Madison. Why is the 6 of spades my favorite? My lucky number when I was a kid, I used to believe in things like that. My lucky number was 6. And so the 6 of spades was an obvious choice of card for me. And also the other thing is, the first time I seen any style of like street magic, it was David Blaine in a Peugeot commercial. I was in the cinema and it came on, and he gets someone to think of the 7 of spades by doing this, and then he pulls out a king of hearts, snap changes it, and it turned to the 7 of spades. So I originally loved the 7 of spades, but Pandrea took that card for the 52. So then I went for the 6 of spades. Because that was the moment I became like, I'm going to do magic for the rest of my life sort of thing. When I seen that Peugeot advert. Stu is getting his first tattoo in a few weeks. Stu, what are you going to get, man? What are you going for? I'm going to get my hands covered in the next few weeks, I think. Oh, thank you so much, Magician's Creed. My forever films. The 1991 Ninja Turtles film. The first movie. The Dark Knight, for sure. I like the Green Mile. What other films can I just put on and just chill to? Yeah, that's the type of films I like. Semi-Pro is a great film that I love. Oh my god, I love movies way too much. But yeah, still off the top of my head, those ones. No, well, I just palm everyone off. What's your favourite way to secretly disappear a card from the deck? So it depends, making waves. Does that mean, are you asking what's my favourite way to palm a card out of the deck, or just to visually vanish a card? If I'm going to palm a card out of the deck, my favourite way, aside from just doing like a classic palm, is, for example, is to do this. So card is selected. So let's say 5 of diamonds. It gets lost into the centre of the deck. The deck's handed out to be shuffled, and then I can pull that out. And it's basically just culling that card, select a card, straight into cop, and then coming away from it. That's probably my favourite way to do it. And then aside from this, I actually like to do like a rotational one-handed top palm too. So if we're going to use like the 3, let me get that better. We'll use the King of Hearts, and I can say like, you take the deck and shuffle it. I can palm that off. And the motion of turning the deck around, and because like my hands are so small, it sticks out the sides like this, but you guys won't notice because my hands are like pointing towards you. So if I show you that with the card face up, their card will be there, and I'd say like, you go ahead and shuffle the cards for me, and I palmed it off, and look, it's nowhere near inside my hand, but you won't notice because I understand where my angles are. Thanks for subscribing, Jason and Sammy. I appreciate it, guys. Or girls. Guy today. When I do that hand wash thing, my card is too loud, if you get what I mean. I do get what you mean. Yeah, just about not letting it catch against your hands. Thank you for palming, Sprint. Is that Turner interview on my channel? No, the Richard Turner interview was done with a magic company I used to work for. Lanchenba says, can you wish my friend happy birthday? Her name is Nikita Oinam. Nikita, have the best birthday ever. Thank you so much for listening to us and tuning in if you are. I hope you have a great birthday and you get spoiled rotten wherever you are in the world. It's easy to find. Who's this now? Jason Yocham sent out, wow. Super chat. Everyone drop some fire. No, drop some eye emojis for Jason, because I love the sticker that he's added in. I'm trying to catch up on these comments. There's just so many. Love the lives, Lloyd. Thanks, Paz Magic. I really appreciate it, dude. Me and my wife getting King of Hearts and Queen of Hearts on our wedding ring finger. Oh, sweet. That's dope, dude. I got on my wedding ring finger. So I have all my hand tattoos. Take my rings off. And the only color tattoo I have anywhere on my body is on my wedding ring finger. So the only place I'll ever have color on me is my wedding ring finger. And that was just in case, well, I did lose my wedding ring. You guys know I lost my wedding ring in the sea because I lost so much weight, it was too big. And it was just in case I ever found myself in a position where I would lose my ring, that would forever be there. And it came in handy. Craig says, love your channel, man. Really got me more creative with card tricks, making gimmicks. Oh, thank you so much, Craig. That means the world to me. That's kind of why the channel's here, right? It's not about sort of massaging my ego, but it's about like getting all of us to create more and do more. Chris James, I just got into rubber band magic and ring magic. Any favorite tricks you have with them combined? Yeah, you know what? I was thinking of something for Tutorial Tuesday, but I think I'll share it here with you guys. This is not a ring. I was gonna do this, but this is so angle sensitive that it's just not good enough for Tutorial Tuesday. But rubber band and a pencil. I don't know if you can see the angles here. I'm gonna place the pencil through the rubber band like this. You guys can see. I'll come around this way. I don't know if you guys can see. So watch the rubber band and the pencil. And if I watch how it visually melts out. Oh no, that was so bad. Look at this. It's supposed to look like it visually melts out. This is so bad. But it was just a piece of rubber band stuck to a pencil. If you get just the right angle there, so it looks like it's between the two rubber bands. If you rotate as you like shake up and down, it looks like it visually melts out. But yeah, it's too not good enough for a Tutorial Tuesday. Not for the communion. It's not good enough for you guys. Only the best for the communion. So that's going in the drawer. But I thought I'd give you a little. Hi Lloyd, I'm looking for a card magic book. Asks Fabianski. Do I have any recommendations? Fabianski, it depends. Are you looking for card technique books, so it's going to teach you card moves, or are you looking for like card magic? If so, Mentalismo by John Bannon. This book right here. This is one of my favorite books on like card magic. It's like my mental card magic, but like really powerful, intelligent stuff. That's like a lot of it's self-working. Okay, I am going back through the chats. So much stuff. Where am I? I love those in the Black Lions, my favorite. The Civil Flourish, yeah. I have misprinted those Black Lions. Wow. King, okay. Have I seen Adam Wilber's cards? They're called Bonfire Deck, if I recall correctly. They are beautiful. Yeah, that's an amazing deck of cards, the Bonfire Deck. And it's so smart because you riffle and it looks like fire flickering, and there's so much magic that lends itself to. It feels amazing when you perform something you create yourself. It does. Although it wears off after a while because I'm constantly thinking about how I can make it better, so I'm like really critical of myself. David asks, any ideas for a vanish of a torn post-it? I'm using a quiver to vanish the pieces right now, but I'm trying to find a more impromptu option. Sitting down, but not good at lapping. David, a way to vanish a post-it. Torn post-it. You could impromptu. I mean, aside from just eating them, the thing about the post-it note is that there's an inherent nature to it built in, which is that it's sticky. So you could tear it, and as you I'm happy to like touch the shoulder of my audiences as I perform. I wouldn't be as worried about like having it palmed in my hand and pretending to put it here and be like, oh, could you just turn to the side and move them and just load it to their shoulder? and let it stay there until you finish the performance. Say, nice to see. And then you got this really clean vanish where they have no idea where it's gone. And later on, you say, thank you so much for watching, and steal the piece wherever it's gone back. I've got my charger cable. So, yeah, because it's got that sticky nature to it, you can do a lot. You could... let me get something sticky. Sticky. You could do something like this. Here comes the cutting stuff. Woo-hoo. All right. Yeah, because it's sticky, it's got a sticky nature to it. You can do loads of stuff with a post-it note, man. All right, so I'm gonna turn this torn corner into a post-it note as if it's sticky. And this is double stick tape, and I've got no nails, so this is gonna be hard to do. So gross. Ugh. Please work. Okay. All right. So you could do like a Messiah vanish. I think it's by Jay Sankey, right? Where you could take the card or the post-it note, place it into your fist and be like, because it's sticky, it can hide on the back of your hand, can't it? Or this would be so good. If you, this is what you should do. Because it's sticky, right? Then you can put it in your palm and you can say, so this is your palm. You say to the spectator, can you hold your hand out? Why is my thing not charging? I need to charge my laptop a second. Okay, there we go. So you have the torn post-it note in your hand, and you say to the spectator, can you bring your hand out like this, and can you place it over my palm? But obviously don't turn your hand. What you're going to do is, as you bring your hand over, stick the post-it note to it. So you say, hold your hand out, turn it over, and basically their hand's going to come in like this, and you're gonna with your hand, this hand face up, bring their hand over your palm. So let me actually show you like this. Imagine this is on the palm of your hand. This is the spectator's hand. This is the magician's other hand. You say, can you bring your hand, put your hand out, bring it over, and you're going to stick it on, and they cover your other palm. Because your hand's down, so essentially without the hand coming over, you're like this. Can you bring your hand over, please? Thank you. And then it can stick to the back of your palm, but they're going to think they're covering it in your hand. So then they're in this position, there's nothing between your palms, and you can say, lift your hand up slowly, it's gone, and reveal it like that. You could do that with it. You could, if you have like any objects with you, you could do something like this. So say you have a drink with you, you can say, watch, we'll take the post-it over here, let me move my drink out of the way, and then make it vanish. And what you're doing is basically just sticking it to whatever object you're moving out of the way, and then turning it so they can't see it. So if I was to do that again, so watch, I've got the post-it note here, place it into my palm, don't let it out of your sight, let me move my drink out of the way so it's not in the way, watch the post-it note as it vanishes, gone. So, I don't know, you got a bunch of, I think, because it's got this like free, exploitable nature to it, then you can do that. Does that help? Does that answer your question, David? Hopefully. Dr. Don says, I'm going to miss... Can I get into that Discord now, says Sean. Not right now, Sean, you can't. The Discord is going to be only launched upon the membership launching. Doctor, I'm going to miss out on the membership for a while, starting a new job, but I bet it's going to be awesome. The Discord will be limited to members, right? Oh, man. No, I'm so sorry, Don, but it'll be there whenever you're ready. It's not going anywhere, so there's no rush. Yes, the Discord will be for members only. To try and like... Oliver Vinacore, can we get a performance of that coin and bottle? No, I'm not going to be performing it. It will be exclusive in every sense for members of the membership. Tom Garrett says, thanks, Lloyd, for your YouTube presence and tutorials. I'm 63 years old and I was a kid. My wife passed away recently, film producer. We producer. We together 30 years. And I've filled the void with my first love, magic. Oh, man, I'm so sorry to hear about your wife, but I'm so happy that you're doing something to fill the emptiness left. And it's something like magic, which you said is your first love. You can get so much from magic, and you can give so much back with magic. So we're all happy that you're here. And thanks for being part of the channel, man. Does anyone else like Shin Lim? Asks Benicio. Yeah, I love Shin. He's a good friend. Tom says, your YouTube and Craig Petties are brilliant and help me appreciate all the cool stuff you share. Thanks, Tom. I really appreciate that, man. Chris James says, yo, just got my Sunday session hoodie this week. I love it. Oh, yes. Chris, send us a photo so we can put it online. Hell yes, dude. Study Slidini a bit. There's great advice from Dawn saying, study Slidini a bit to help you improve your lapping. Alex says, am I going to South Tyneside Convention? I don't think so at the minute. It's just a bit too far of a journey, like 8-hour drive, basically, I think, or 6.5, but I'm dying to go, but I think it's just a little bit too far, man. Dr. Don, I love Jackass Lloyd. It's a lot of fun and accomplish your goal of staying magic. Oh, thank you, Dr. Don. That means a lot coming from you, mate. I really appreciate that. Lloyd, what are your thoughts on Craig's rant videos on unbiased magic reviews? Comments on exposing magic? Craig did an amazing job, as always. Yeah, I mean, there's never going to not be negative people in the world. And Craig's right, there's some people who are really against exposure on YouTube is bad. But as long as you understand what exposure is. So, a lot of people seem to not understand this, and it's really, really simple. Exposure is, if I was to buy a trick off the shelf, like say there's a new trick that comes out, exposure are the people that buy those tricks and expose how they work, because they're not those people's tricks to expose. What I do on YouTube is I create my own ideas. I research them to make sure they haven't been done before. Only once in the history of my channel, I put something up that one person had took an issue with, and even then, it was a different effect from what theirs was released. But just because I'm ethical, I still took the video down. What I do is I create my own magic and I teach my own magic, and I make sure that I'm not stepping on anyone's toes. And my magic is quite unique. Like I don't like to do magic similar to other people, so I'm normally like okay in that sense. And then you've got magic tutors who are teaching people how to do magic properly. And these people are going to go out and learn magic, the people that are going to learn off YouTube. And there's a lot of bad teachers out there. And there are a lot of people that are just exposing other people's secrets. And I'm with everyone that stands against those. YouTube exposure is terrible for magic. It's terrible for creators. It's terrible for artists. But anyone can teach. If someone comes up with something which is theirs and they've checked it's theirs, then they can teach it wherever they want. David Blaine just said it best. Back when he was a kid, he had to go and look for footage in like TV archives to find good magic online, and now it's all on YouTube. And really, the real secrets, the real good stuff is still not on YouTube. And it's the same for me, and it's a big reason for my membership. Like I teach a lot of the magic that I teach on my channel. It's fun magic and it's visual stuff. But it's not like the magic that I've created for magicians on TV or for theatre shows. And it's not the magic that I keep personal. And I'm not teaching my creative process, because that is the good stuff to me that I don't feel comfortable sharing with the public. And it ties into, for me, it ties into like why it's going on a membership, which just puts a barrier up between the public and the people who are really serious. But yeah, a lot of people just get the argument confused. They don't think that you should be teaching anything on YouTube, and it's just there's people in the world that personally, and I know you should never get into politics, I think abortion should be legal. I think it's a woman's body, it's their right, they should be able to do that. But there are still people in the world that have this archaic view that you shouldn't be, that other people can make decisions on other people's bodies. And there's people that think that what Russia are doing, that Russia are doing the right thing, like committing genocide and mass killings of innocent people in Ukraine, and that's the way of the world. For every million rational people out there that understand that the world is evolving, there are still people with archaic mindsets that Not to compare people that like think exposure is bad to people that support Russia, but there's still people that hold idealistic views from centuries ago, where the original thing with magic is that it's not supposed to be exposed in any way, shape, or form. And if that was really killing magic, then it would have died with the Masked Magician. Magic would have died with Penn and Teller when they exposed the cups and balls and millions of other tricks on TV to far many million more people than I ever will, or any other magician ever will. So to behold onto these beliefs that exposure will kill magic, is it's some of the most outdated thinking there is, and because of that, it holds magic back. When you try to have these outdated views, it's a negative, it's a disservice to magic. So that's my thoughts on it, but I'm sure it's not everybody's going to agree with me, and that's fine, because that's the beauty of anything like that. You need to have rain to have flowers. Hopefully I didn't get too pithy there, guys, and I'm sorry if I've offended anyone with that statement. I'm looking for a card magic book. Oh, that's that one. Oh, it looks insane. Try to see that. Roller Card Magic is great. Roller Card Magic is a great book. Yeah. TMNT says Brazen, but the Turtles. Yes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all the way. Justin Miller's Vanishing Deck. That's going to be epic. Brazen's got a good question. When you're in creator mode, what does your day look like? How many projects do you work on? How much time do you spend researching, making, etc.? When I'm in creative mode, I am in the studio here, and it is Spotify or videos on YouTube just playing like background sound, like just anything sound. Cups of coffee, cups of tea on the go, and it is an absolute mess. But I have my camera out and my mirror there. If you guys can see, I have a mirror, a big, huge mirror there, and my camera is set up, and I'm basically testing, making things, looking if it looks good, does it look good on camera, like making sure it looks good on both the real world and camera, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then I try to, what's the best way of saying it? Well, then like normally the research side of it comes at the start, because I'll think of an idea and straight away I'm like, not has anyone done this before, but is this just a boring way of doing it? I think a lot of I see a super chat there from DS coming in. I'm so sorry if I missed that, DS man. Do you have a favorite mentalism effect that you do? DS, I'm so sorry I missed that super chat coming in there. I really apologize. I will try to answer super chats ahead of everyone else. My favorite mentalism effect, if I had to put it down to one trick, it would be Peter Turner's Propolis Star Sign Revelation. I absolutely love that, and I've gotten so much mileage out of it, and it requires nothing. I think that's my favorite mentalism effect. And in terms of card magic, it's probably Out of This World. I think that's really powerful, kind of like a mentalism thing there. Okay, it's so many. What are all those eyes for? Guys, more creative. I WhatsApp you my bro. Check when you're ready. 20 days to my birthday. I'm giving myself a subscription to your membership as a gift. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you, man. Dr. Don. All right, Lloyd. Important question. Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? Oh, easy. Leonardo. 100%. Leonardo. No doubt. You predicted that you would lose the ring. I did. Yeah, Tiggity, I did. Alan Bordereau. 6 of Spades is my favorite card too, because my favorite number is 15, my daughter's birthday, and my daughter's birthday is on the 15th, and in Monica. That's great. Who's your favorite comedy magician? Always be me, Cooper. Cooper for me. Favorite comedy magician? It's got to be David Williamson, I think, because he's hilarious, but also he's got not just incredible dexterity and skill, but also super creative with it as well. Mike, thanks for tuning in, man. He said, time for you to go. I'm my wife's carer, so I need to help her. Have a great day. Oh, thank you so much, Mike. Thanks for tuning in, mate. I'll see you in the hopefully in the next stream. So DS, that help answer your super chat, by the way. Natty, what's your opinion on the F1 Nitro wallet? Thinking about getting it for my first Magic wallet. I never had that wallet. I don't have it, so I can't give an opinion. I'm so sorry. Trying to catch up. I'm just good weekend. I finally got to speak to Patrick. What a great dude you guys have over at Murphy's. Yeah, Patrick at Murphy's is an OG. He's a legend. He's such a sweetheart. See his wheels turning excitedly. Yeah, we got the fun. Thanks for the many tattoos. I grabbed Lightyear by Kyle Purnell. Holy crap, paired it with Lux. Such a great combo. Presented as Magic of the Future. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, Lightyear by Kyle Purnell is insane. Have you guys all seen it? Have you guys seen Lightyear by Kyle Purnell? Genius thinking. David says, love all those post-it ideas. It's crumbled into a ball. I want to unfold, tear, and vanish the pieces. Then reveal the ball is back into the cup, so maybe worried about how much sticky stuff is left. I see what you mean. Let me think on it, because I've done a whole jam session on that now. Chris James, send it to my email, the photo of you in the hoodie, admin@lloydbarnes.co.uk. What tattoo would you like? Oh, that's to take a tea from Stu. Any idea when Maxim and Cognito will integrate with each other? No, I don't know when, but I will ask Josh tomorrow. Chris James says, I don't want to bash unbiased Magic reviews. That's not what we are about. But it's funny how the most biased dude in Magic is self-proclaimed unbiased. You can't get any better than that, yeah. Well, I think, though, that the whole unbiased name in his Magic review thing, I think that's sarcasm. I think it's like saying, I'm a tall magician because I'm a short ass. Do you know what I mean? Or the bearded, I don't know, what am I? The non-tattooed. If I were to do a Magic review channel, I'd call it like the no tattoo Magic review channel. I think it's like I think it's got to be sarcasm because he's openly very biased. So I don't know. That's the feeling I get with it. Ain't that the truth, Chris? Well said. Hey, Lloyd, are those magicians full of cards? What magician full of you? Magician, like as in the Fulton cards? Rebel Girl Layla says, hey, just literally discovered your channel, instantly subscribed. I love Magic and learning how others do tricks. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Lately, I'm thinking of getting a tattoo about a band I like. Not the logo, but something related to them. Something related to cards. That's cool. I like the way you think about not teaching other tricks. Thanks, Turjay. Cool, I've got 2 band tats. Slipknot and Judas Priest. Oh, cool. I used to want a Slipknot tattoo so bad. Isabella's Star 3 is such a banger. I remember first reading that and being so blown away. I'm a Mikey kind of guy. Thought you would have said Donnie. Brazen, how dare you think that I'd be a Donnie type of guy? Donatello is like, I love all turtles. Like, unabashedly, unwaveringly, but Donatello is 4th on the list for a reason. Le Magie de Dolly says, how much gimmick you know? A lot, I think. My favorite comedy special might be David Williamson's Penguin Lecture. Yeah, David Williamson's Penguin Lecture is miles above anything else. Thoughts on the Fireflies LED cardistry from Illusionist. I got some on sale real cheap and one lights up but only when it's on a charging stand. I actually edited the trailer for the Fireflies, but I'm not a fan of them because I don't like flourishing. It was something I had to do as part of my job. But yeah, I hear there's like a lot of complaints with them. Are you into football? If so, what's your favorite team? Mine is Kansas Chiefs. Mahomes. I don't. Is that American football or is it football? We watch like soccer in the UK, but we call that football. So I don't know. We don't get to see any. Well, you can find it, but it's on like late at night, the American football. But I'd love to get into it and watch American football. I'm now. Maybe I'll support the Kansas Chiefs too. I'm into Kansas. I'm the Kansas Chiefs. Let's go. Woo! Rob from Judas Priest can hit some pretty high notes. Oh. What happened then? Oh, my Mac went to dark mode. Thoughts about Crazy Sam's handcuffs. Oh, Victor Pino, the one and only. I'm right back at you, dude. Crazy Sam's handcuffs. Oh my lord. That trick is so damn good. Have you guys seen it? Crazy Sam's handcuffs, where you do Crazy Man's handcuffs and they visually, no moves, just melt in and out. I adore that trick. I wish I'd created. It feels like one of those tricks that I should have created, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't. But it's brilliant, and the way and the thinking behind the movements used to create the illusion. Chef's kiss all the way, all the way. Tigger T says, "Do I have a favorite football team? Mine is Arsenal. If I did have a favorite football team, it would have to be Man United. And I don't have a favorite football team, but if it did, only because when I was like 10, I went to Manchester for like a small getaway thing, and I went to the stadium. But when I was in Manchester is when I went to a magic shop for the first time, JB Magic, and I got to choose my first tricks ever in my life. And even though it's not in Manchester, I was in Manchester. I went to Blackpool on a day trip. But I was in Manchester. I went to the Arndale Centre and bought dynamic coins. And I bought a really good Marvin's Magic Matrix trick. And that's because of Manchester. So it's got to be Manchester for me. Manchester United. DS. Michelangelo is your favourite turtle. And I cannot complain with that because it goes like this in terms of Ninja Turtles for me. It goes, if there was a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, it would be Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael in first. But Leonardo first of the first, and then Donatello in fourth. My favourite turtle is a sea turtle. No Stoke City fans here. I didn't know Stoke City had a football team. I'll be honest with you, Stu. I'm apologising right now. So, yeah, guys, we've been in for like nearly 2 hours. Now I'm going to wrap up the stream. Any final questions, or if not, I will see you guys on Tutorial Tuesday. Is there anything that I've shown today that I didn't teach or you want me to really quickly cover before we log off? It's just getting late. Are you a Harry Potter fan? If so, my favourite movie and favourite character. I am a Harry Potter fan. Favourite movie is... Oh, I can't decide. The third, I think. And my favourite character is... Probably... Oh, there's so many. Probably Hagrid or Ron. I think one of those. But Kaylee, Sister Kay, is a complete Potterhead. She is absolutely obsessed with Harry Potter. We went on a honeymoon. We had to go to Harry Potter World in Universal, and I dressed her up in like a cloak and everything. Let me see if I got any photos of her. She enters Harry Potter quizzes. She goes to like Harry Potter pub quizzes, and she has Harry Potter. Let me see if I can find this photo of her in like a little Harry Potter Hermione cloak. Here we go. She's so excited. She's gonna kill me. How happy she is right there with it to the blur on. She's gonna murder me. She's so happy. That was in the Harry Potter shop. Shall I just show you a bunch of her doing Harry Potter things? Harry Potter bus. She's gonna literally murder me. There's the sorting hat. So excited when she's in Hogsmeade. Where's that? That's like next to Hogwarts Castle. Are you guys getting bored now? Just thought I'd shame her for a little bit for being such a mad Harry Potter fan. Sister Kay and the Messiah have gone down to her parents' house so I can do the Sunday service and be loud. Going to my first ever magic convention in 2 weeks, by the way. I'll actually get to see Rune Clan this time. Rune Clan is an amazing comedy magician. Nick Tefate? I can't say it. Greg Wilson, Mario the Maker, and Toby. Oh, Tobias Doss is going to be there. Well, then you're sorted because it's going to be the best convention ever. What convention is that, David? Okay, wait there. Where's the hoodie pic? Via email. I'm coming for it. I can't see it in my email inbox, Chris. Oh, I got it. Okay. Gotta turn my Wi-Fi on so I can show it on my phone. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, here we go. Super chat. Drop some fire emojis in the super chat. Let me open this image. I'm just downloading it now. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, look at this. Yo, look how sick the hoodie looks. Oh, mate. Look at that. Dude, that looks boss. I didn't get the hoodie yet. I'm going to pick one up. I'm picking one up right now. The Sunday service hoodie looks so sick on you, dude. I got to look at that again. Man, that is great. That is great. If any of you guys want to pick one up, I don't know how to share it. Can I add an item in here? No, I'll just lloydbarnes.co.uk. I'm trying to find it if you guys. Chris, man, I'm so glad it looks so badass on you. Yeah, if any of you guys want to get that hoodie, there it is right there. And thank you so much, Sean, for the super chat, dude. You are an absolute legend, man. I'm just going to refresh the super chat goal. They are building a Harry Potter magic village here in Alnwick. Alex, where is Alnwick? Is that in... Where is that? Thanks, Lloyd. I always enjoy it. Oh, thank you so much, Fiddle and Johnny, for tuning in, dude. I've never wanted to mug someone so much in my life when I saw a woman selling dozens of sea turtle eggs. Oh, what? Where was that? Clever tricks. I was in a Harry Potter cafe here in Thailand, says King OK. It's too beautiful and cool. So many references to Harry Potter. Sister K would get on, and myself would get on. I'm such a Potter fan, says Sean. She looks so happy. What house is she? She's Gryffindor, all the way. They're building Harry Potter magic. My lady's a huge Harry Potter fan. Look at all the Harry Potter fans pouring in right now. Jake says, thanks for the stream. Absolute pleasure. Thank you for tuning into the chat, Jake. Thanks for taking part in the stream, my friend. House here is based in Liverpool or in North UK. Give me a shout. Not many magician friends would love to. Yo, Jake, if you're in Liverpool, go down to the Oracle Bar. There's some incredible magicians, some good friends of mine down there, and they'll give you a great welcome. You've got like Lewis and Terry, and oh my god, I've completely lost his name in my head. But the guys are all there. Help me. My sisters were in the first film as extras. What? That's pretty cool, dude. Quick side note, I'm getting the new Harry Potter game. Took the test in your house, Ravenclaw. Brazen, you're a Ravenclaw. I never put you down as a Ravenclaw, mate. Long live Paul Daniels. Yeah. What's the best game? Bob Anderson, do I have a commercial site for purchases? Yeah, Bob, if you go to lloydbarnes.co.uk, you'll see there's a merch store there, and you can pick up like merch from there in terms of that sort of stuff. Yeah, how sick is that hoodie? Chris, what size did you get? Because I'm a medium in hoodies now in the UK. And I think you look a bit slimmer than me, so I think it would look like you'd probably be in a slim, but that looks a bit bad. Let me look at that again. Yeah, are you in a small hoodie? I'm a bit of a fat guy. Yeah, Oracle's fab. Northumberland, super comfortable. Grew up with Harry Potter, says Clever Tricks. It is life. Also, made me feel like magic is real. Magic is real. It's totally real, I think. Any new mentalism app come in? Love from India. Yes, there are some mentalism apps coming, but I cannot divulge them because they're top secret at the moment. Apart from Chronos. You guys know about Chronos coming out. But even some parts of that are being kept secret at the moment. Anyway, guys, it is 5 minutes up until the hour. Thank you all for tuning in so much. I've had so much fun this Sunday session. I definitely feel like I'm doing a lot of talking on them. So I would love to get a guest in next week. Or maybe one of you guys to join in on the stream also. And yeah, so that's it. So thank you all so much. I got a small. Okay, so Chris is saying you got a small, normally get a medium. Small fits perfect. All right, so I might go large then. Medium, okay. All good. You and family have a great weekend. Awesome stream as always. Everyone in the chat, you're all awesome. Yeah, I love all you guys in the chat. Yeah, Sean knows what's up with Chronos. Love the Sunday sessions. Guys, thank you all so much. I think you all are amazing. And thank you all for the super chats. You are on the next level. Monday morning post will be going out for all the super chats from last week with the decks. Kaylee will be posting them out. And yeah, that brings us to a close. I'll be back on Tuesday for Tutorial Tuesday. I'll be back on Thursday for another episode of Fula. It's going to be a great episode this week. Make sure you tune in on Thursday, and I'll be back, as always, on Sunday for the live Sunday service. Until next time, folks, I will see you all very, very soon.